That was great.
All these years, I've just tried to teach a little bit of
Listen.
picking up after yourself, taking care of things. You know what water rings do to furniture?
I think we're both Felix.
Oh, I don't think you're Felix.
I think you need to pick up your microphone.
Could you hear me whenever I was talking at all? You want me to do it again?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
I think we're both Felix because I couldn't stand that being off the coaster either. It would throw me off. Listen,
I lived with you. I just wonder about that.
Well, it's been years since you've lived with me. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
That was our cold open for this episode.
Which one of us is Felix?
which one is Oscar?
Welcome to
Oscar.
Which one of us is Felix? That's the new name of the podcast.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Episode 39 of which one of us is named Felix. We're covering The Odd Couple today.
Yeah.
Movie nights with Dad. If you're new here, he has an extensive acting background in theater and stuff like that.
I'm also Felix.
And he's also Felix. And I'm Felix too. And we talk about movies. And we look at it from the acting perspective. And especially if you're new here, we're going to spoil the movie all the way through. So leave if you don't want that to happen.
Leave.
But but if you don't care, then you're fine. Then just if you just want to hang out with us, that's okay too. But yeah, we're doing The Odd Couple. We started this off on a really negative, mean note. Yeah. I love it. I love this energy.
You like the negative energy?
Yeah, I think it's good for clicks. I think people like anger.
This is where we should read. We should read the negative viewer comments. That would have been a good idea.
We got to do that sometime.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll do that at some point.
We get a big kick out of those, by the way.
We are AI. We have our socks on. Okay, so we're continuing our series called Summer from the Stage. This is our fourth one. We've done. You can't take it with you.
I can't sit still. I don't know what my problem is.
Because you're
I was getting ready to go.
No.
Summer from the Stage.
Oh yeah, right. Our graphic from the last episode that I either did or didn't edit into it.
Summer from the Stage.
And
should I do it a third time?
No.
Summer. Okay.
And this is the fourth one, right? We've done You Can't Take It With You, Rainmaker, Brighton Beach Memoirs, and Odd Couple. And the special thing about all of these is Dad was in a theater production of all these movies. So who'd you play in this one?
Murray the cop with no gun.
With no gun, right? Because, we're in the theater and we have to be safe. But wait, is that a movie reference that I'm not understanding? Or was that
Murray
just genuine?
The cop, Murray, during the poker game, when he gets up, he
actually has a gun. But you weren't able to have one because it's like, come on.
I don't remember why I didn't have one, but yeah, I would have liked to have had one.
Yeah, because I've seen you guys use prop guns on that same stage before.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just a case because this was repertory theater where we tried to do 50 billion plays over the course of the summer, so several of us were in several different plays, which is fun and challenging, but whew. Yeah. And it might have been just the case where we were unable to get an adequate, authentic looking prop gun. I don't know.
Okay, well there you go.
I don't know.
But yeah, cool. Let's get into it.
Nobody cares about some of this information.
No, they do. We
You
care
think they
deeply.
do? Okay.
We care deeply.
Okay. Good.
Dad, what'd you think about this one? Had you seen this before you did the?
I have seen this before.
Okay.
It's been a number of years.
Yeah, tell me all about it.
What do you mean?
Just
Why
continue.
It's been a number of years.
Well, no, just your first impressions. What'd you expect going in, having done the play, all that stuff.
Yeah. I think that do you want me to go back to when I had try to remember what it was
do
like?
Do whatever you want.
Okay.
We own this podcast, and we can just do whatever we want here.
Yeah. I think anytime that I see a movie version of a play that I'm familiar with, and I was familiar with this play before the movie, I think that I'm expecting. I don't think I'm expecting any of the extra things that movies allow. Does that make sense? For instance, Felix walking around the streets of New York, contemplating suicide.
Right. Yeah. That's just not in the play.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. Well, it is in the play that
Oh.
he contemplates suicide, but
Okay.
they don't show him, of course,
Like
walking
walking
around the
around
streets of New York.
Right.
You know, just I wasn't ever picturing that would be, you know, so not a huge surprise, but anyway, I kind of figured that with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau and the fact that they had played, well, Walter Matthau anyway had played it on Broadway, that they would have a pretty good handle on the characters.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Jack Lemmon didn't play it on Broadway, but Walter Matthau also played Oscar on Broadway.
Yes.
And it's kind of a thing that he stated before that. Oh, my neighbor's mowing. He stated before. I hope that audio doesn't get picked up. If it does, that'll be okay. It'll be kind of funny. But the Walter Matthau is kind of famous for saying that he kind of wishes he would have played Felix because he
which
feels
is
like
funny
he
to me.
resonates with that character more,
Yeah.
which you can't even imagine after seeing
No,
this
because
movie.
he's like the most famous Oscar of all time.
Seriously.
Really.
You can't. I can't picture him as anything other than Oscar.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
Michael Scott being like, I should have been Jim, you know, or sorry, Steve Carell being like, I should have played Jim in The Office, and like, what?
Right.
But yeah. So this was a play, Neil Simon play. Bright Meets Mars was Neil Simon as well.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm sorry. Go back. Had you watched the movie before you played this part? And did that?
No, but I had, as a kid, seen reruns of the TV version, which is really different.
It's a lot different.
It's different. It's more. There's not as much conflict between Oscar and Felix in the TV show.
Oh, okay. It's just about like their continuation or whatever.
Right. I think though that I can say that I was not expecting there to be. I think that the movie version showed more of the emotional weight of the whole story than I picked up on in the play, and that probably because the play, of course, I played a very minor character, lots of fun to play, and I'll just tell you a secret. I really like those parts that I don't have to work very hard in.
Sure,
I
you just
learn
have fun.
a few lines. Come on, maybe it's a scene stealer, and the audience is like, "Ooh, we want to see that character again," and then you leave, and then maybe you come back once in the play.
Yeah,
and so that's kind of fun. But I don't. When you are not present for the whole production, you often don't pick up on things. So I guess I was, when I watched the movie, and again, it's been a number of years, so watching it again for the podcast. I saw things that I hadn't before, and I guess I was surprised about the amount of emotional weight again that there was in between all the one-liners and the comedy, of course.
Yeah.
But and of course they don't. Yeah. So anyway.
Oh, that's good.
So
I was trying to find my discussion questions over here. Who's the problem? Which one's the problem, Oscar or Felix? Who'd you find yourself siding with in this movie? And did it go differently for you when you did the play, like when you watched the play? Because I never saw you guys do the play.
Yeah.
Of this,
man, you put me on the spot. Who
that's
is
okay.
the problem?
I only put this in the script and gave it to you like a week before, but it's okay. I'm putting you on the spot.
You know my personality. I want to say it was equally.
Oh, come on though. Everybody, when you watch this movie, you go, "Oh."
Well, I'll just say this: Oscar meant well, and the friends, the men were all very supportive, worried about Felix.
Yeah.
Oscar was like, "Just get your stuff and move in here."
Yeah.
So I guess the problem to me is Felix, because Felix already knew how he was. He sort of said, I knew I was going to drive Francis crazy one of these days.
Yeah.
Because I emptied ashtrays, and I insisted on coasters, and I vacuumed, and I wouldn't let her do the cooking, and I'd redo things.
Yeah.
And so I suppose I would have to say Felix is the problem. because he already knew how he was, yet he did not do anything to
change.
Not just to change, but to give up self.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess. Because you know, you're married. People walk around going, marriage is hard, marriage is hard. Marriage is not hard. Giving up self is hard.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. You know, not living with someone who doesn't do things exactly your way. Giving up your selfish ways is the hard part of marriage. Marriage is easy. The giving up yourself and I this is really funny, but I remember knowing a couple who'd been married way more than 50 years, and the husband said to me, you know, we finally, after we were married about 35 years, decided that maybe both of us needed to not be the boss.
Yeah.
You know, and so it took them 35 years to get it right, which is how long Mom and I have been married almost.
It's hard to look inward. It's really hard to do that.
Yeah. And you know, you learn after a while that it's just not worth it to try to get everybody to do things your way all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, the real difference between Oscar and Felix to me is
because it's a little bit like a marriage, Oscar and Felix.
Well, yeah, that's the Odd Couple. Yeah, it's literally essentially what it is to me is Felix is walking around like, woe is me, this is kind of just how I am, and I can't relate to anybody or anything because I'm just so broken. And then Oscar's way of relating to the world is like, this is the way I am, who cares, everything else should change, essentially. Like, he kind of just goes like, you're not going to change me. He's very combative about it. And so, like,
right, because he takes Blanche to a game, the World Series or something,
right, exactly,
for their anniversary, or
and she's like, I don't
sorry,
like this.
I'm not romantic,
yeah,
so
right,
big deal,
exactly.
You know,
but they're both just like, this is the way I am, and Felix is just more woe is me about it, I kind of related to Felix more because of that, and that I also didn't like Felix more because of that, because I sat down and I was just like, man, if you are like, because sitting around going like, I knew this was going to happen, I knew I was going to push you away, I push everybody away, that is self-centeredness. That's not like humility. That, because I think people who, and I'm talking about me, people who do that, who think like, I'm just not good enough for other people, they think that they're being humble, and it's really self-centeredness, because you're just looking at yourself the whole time, and you're not actually looking inward.
Worried about how you feel, and how you know.
When you really should just like think about other people and you know, work to change yourself, you know, instead of just being like, oh, I can't change, this is who I am, you know.
So definitely, both of them, you know, character study and how we can do things differently.
But no, I the whole time, you know, I think you go back and forth when you watch it, because I was at parts I was like, well, Felix is just like that, and then at certain points I was like, Felix, come on, like, Oscar's, you know, like, he's fine, like, and you know, you just go back and forth, I feel like, and that's how it's supposed to feel. But no, I just wanted to ask that, because it was like, you know, you never know.
Well, full disclosure, since I already and the movie follows the play script, it's almost spot on, word for word. I think that the movie version made Oscar's apartment look way worse than it was, and he was throwing the chips around.
Yeah.
And here's what I need.
It was pretty bad.
Here's what I need to say. Riley will tell you, so will his mother, I am borderline about cleaning.
Neat freak.
And I just like it like, I can't relax very much if things are a mess. A lot of people are like that. There are more men like that than there are men willing to admit it.
Which, as I mature and grow older, I find myself doing more and more, and I just go, oh no.
Like, I'm becoming my dad. But you understand a little bit.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think it has to do with just your psyche, your job, what makes you feel calm, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the movie, because I knew it was going to happen, because I was familiar, I could not wait for Felix to get in there and clean up that place.
That's so good. You were like, I'm just going to fast forward until Felix gets there.
I'm watching Oscar throw the chips around, and I'm thinking, okay, Felix is going to vacuum pretty soon.
Well, then what'd you think whenever he took the thing of spaghetti and just like threw it above the oven?
I was conflicted there because I thought, well, that, because Felix, I was like, Felix, lay off. So I thought, well, you deserve that, you know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I loved is when he walks around on the furniture, and when he took the curtain shear and wiped the bottom of his shoe, I thought I was gonna. I forgot all about. I forgot all about that part. I'd seen it before.
Yeah, because it's so like small. It's just a little like boom.
And he goes like this. Just Walter Matthau's jolly face doing that.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh, it was great.
Talk about like the two perfect guys to play this part.
Right,
I think they were just cast so well.
Yeah, that is of course they've been in several things together, and Grumpy Old Men was brilliant for them to reteam them years later.
Well, they were on the Fortune Cookie together 2 years earlier, and then. Sorry, this is one of my fun facts. I'm going to jump in with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Matthau got his Oscar for that, but the time they finished shooting, they were calling each other like their best friends, essentially. Like Billy Wilder, who directed it, said they were like brothers from day one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that they got to,
Well, you just rarely have such magical chemistry.
Yeah.
And they have been. Well, they're kind of like Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Yeah. Right.
They would be on award shows together. And just magical, just like Tina and Amy. Tina and Amy are just like deadpan and play off each other.
Perfect duo.
And I remember that Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau were presenting a director's award, and Jack Lemmon came on as Felix basically and said, directors have a large responsibility, and we're saying all this nice things about directors. And then he paused, and Walter Matthau looks in the camera and goes, some directors are fat, some directors are tall, some and everybody roared.
Yeah, it's so good.
And so that is also a big deal because Jack Lemmon was always willing to be some kind of the butt of the joke.
The straight
with
man.
The two of them.
Yep.
The straight man. The one that was persnickety.
Yep.
So that's
kind
a
good duo.
That kind of chemistry rarely happens.
Yeah, right.
You know? So well, I won't say rarely, but it's just a great thing when someone is teamed. People are teamed like that together, and they have such good chemistry. You keep trying to.
Because you always have, there's, classic duos exist everywhere of like the unfunny one and then the jokester, you know, like the straight man and the jokester or whatever. And but it's like these two had like a magical chemistry with it, like you said.
Agreed.
It was really, really good.
Yep.
How was the play version? I guess like when you kind of said that it's really fun to play one of those characters that just kind of jumps on screen for a minute and then just kind of like disappears immediately. Not immediately, but just like comes back on and people are like, oh. What does it take to play like a supporting character like that? Because I think is this the first one we've done where you're just like one of those supporting characters that's
well, I mean, you can't take it with you. It was
that's true.
Kalinkov was
that was an even smaller part.
Yeah,
that was very small.
And it small, and it was
right. Yeah. But for Murray specifically, where you got to be like just like his worrywart essentially. What do you remember about being in that role? What do you remember about having to do to kind of play that and get those laughs?
Well, to me, Murray was part of a little ensemble, which was the Poker Guys.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it, the Poker Guys are some of the funniest characters in that film.
Oh, my gosh.
They barely get any screen time.
So funny.
After the first act, anyway. And I think if you're really good at supporting the lead actors, you add texture, I guess, to the story.
Yeah.
The supporting characters are really important because they react to the lead characters, and so that's what adds that texture, that reality, the honesty in the story. You can tell those guys have dealt with one another for years.
Yeah.
They have put up with Felix being Felix. They've put up with, they know how it is. They know how that Oscar, they're going to play poker at Oscar's house, and Oscar's going to offer them warm beer, and but
They
those guys playing Murray I felt like I was playing my part. The other guys in that ensemble were great, and we had cigars that were not real cigars, but they blew smoke. They weren't really vapes or anything, but they were like you pulled them in and blew the vapor out. I don't know how to even describe it.
Yeah, it sounds like a vape.
It sounds like marijuana. But anyway,
we're gonna get demonetized.
That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. No, it was not vape at all. But it was a real cigar, and there's a name for them. They're prop cigars, but you could pull them in, and they were like flavored. They had like a vanilla taste to them. But yeah, I guess it
sounds
was
like drugs,
sort of like a vape. But anyway, what was funny about some of those scenes is we were all so nervous that Felix was going to go to the bathroom and jump out the window or whatever. Right. We knew about all this. Yeah. And so we would be nervously puffing on those cigars. And at one point, I remember we were trying to pretend like we weren't paying attention to Felix, and we were all puffing on those cigars, and some of us were like, puffing out the side of our mouth. It was hilarious. Yeah. It was like
there was like so much smoke.
This big dragon cloud above us or whatever, and it was fun. But I'm thinking there were I guess how many poker players total? I think there were 5 maybe. 4 or 5.
See, this is why I think I might go back to my laptop, because I just love being able to be like, what's the cast?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's like Murray, the guy with the glasses, and then so I guess 5.
4
total.
Yeah. Well, I think there's 4 guys, and then Felix and Oscar.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what did you ask me? What was it like playing them?
What was it like being in that role? What did it take to like get those laughs as Murray? Like what'd you do?
Well, I remember the fact that these guys were all supposed to be these tough. Like Murray was a cop, and these guys were all supposed to be kind of these tough poker playing. They're away from their wives, and and they're probably belching and all kinds of stuff. And then when Felix comes in and starts wanting them to use coasters, and he's making them little petite sandwiches on raisin bread, and so then we all start like raving about his raisin bread sandwiches, and Oscar is so annoyed by it, because we're going, isn't it remarkable how he gets the little crust all just perfect and symmetrical and blah blah blah, you know, and Oscar, which again, that's the job of the supporting players to affect how the lead reacts, set up the lead, because Oscar standing there annoyed and looking, and I forget what his line was, but he's like, you want me to get you a plate with a doily or something? It wasn't that, but something
snarky.
Really like snarky, and it's just like, isn't it amazing how he gets the bacon, and la la la, it's just it was so much fun to play that, because when we started out, we were all these tough cigar smoking poker players, and then Felix kind of makes us all a little bit prissy about
softer,
about using coasters and
that's so funny.
And having any, he makes all the drinks to order, and that sort of thing.
That's so good.
Yeah,
man.
So
you're I guess I have more of like a story question. Okay. So there's like the undercurrent of Felix's attempted suicide, and I was thinking the whole time of the movie, I was like, this story kind of still makes sense without it. You could just say like, oh, like, Oscar's divorced, Felix just got kicked out, he's gonna go live with Oscar. You don't really need this suicide. Like, what do you think the suicide attempt is doing for the story, and like, why do you think they put that in there?
I really think that really, if we had followed the story, I think that the suicide attempt is probably more about Felix facing himself finally than it is about the marriage breakup.
Oh, okay. Go into
Does
that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, go into that.
Well, I mean, he's willing to admit, look, I'm a neat freak. I want things my way. He said, I get up and make breakfast for the kids.
Yeah.
He really, and I think a lot of guys, if you want to know the truth, I'm going to out all these guys, but I think a lot of guys would probably like to be stay-at-home moms.
Well, I think that's probably more of an older generation thing that guys are afraid to say that because I know stay-at-home dads.
Yeah, your generation's not afraid, but I think a lot of guys my age are afraid to admit that they know how to sew or that they cry at movies or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing anymore, but it is in my generation. And there are a lot of guys that are better housekeepers, better cooks, and they're afraid that somebody's going to think, oh, that's not manly.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and that's kind of some of the outdated aspects of this movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't make it any less funny because you can still see it within that context.
Oh, yeah. It's still funny. It's still funny.
Because you go because the funniest part of it is like, oh, Felix is doing the woman jobs. And it's like, well, guys like a guy my age is like, we cook, we clean, we help out the same way.
Yeah, and
because you're realizing that stuff doesn't really have much to do with.
You'd really get kicked in the rear end for that. There are still guys in my generation who find that kind of stuff.
It's like we're just finding that stuff doesn't really have anything to do with gender.
No,
it's like if you like sewing, cool, that's great.
Yeah,
like I think that's cool.
Yeah, right.
Know?
But I think Felix was finally facing himself, going, I'm having such a struggle changing here. I thought she was always going to just accept me and put up with me, and now look at what I've done. And I've known all along that maybe I need to chill out, but I haven't been able to. And now she doesn't want to be married to me anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of think that's what it's all about. I think it's more about him facing himself than it is about the breakup of the marriage. One of the funniest things is when he's like wanting to make a meatloaf or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna have to go back and get my saucepan from Francis.
Yeah.
Well,
and what does he say? Something like, I've got 15 seconds before that meatloaf goes bad. It's like, you needed to serve it in immediately that 15-second window. Like, that is so stickler. That's crazy.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But
Jack Lemmon played it with just the right amount of nuance that it was, he still could squeeze a little sympathy out of the audience.
Yeah, that's
If he had played it, I don't know. If he had played it with just a little bit more neuroses, is that what I'm looking for?
Yeah, neuroticism.
Yeah. I just think that he would have been so annoying that they would not. You still sympathize with him. You still were happy that he, went and spent the night in the lady's apartment.
Yeah.
And
how does an actor do that? What do you do to have almost like these annoying traits and then still kind of gain? Because I felt myself like that with Oscar too. I thought Oscar was annoying at several, and you kind of do, like you said, you were like, I can't wait for this apartment to get cleaned up.
Exactly. You have to, if you're working on a character, you have to have something, some even little glimpse of a redeeming quality somewhere along the line. You have to show some kind of little bit of heart.
Yeah.
You have to show a human side no matter what.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he had just been relentless about all that stuff, Felix, he would have been so annoying that people would have been like, you're getting exactly what I'd kick you out too, just like Francis is,
Yeah.
But,
well, that's where the Pigeon Sisters come in to do and they're great. I thought they were awesome. Monica Evans and Carol Shelley.
Yes.
This is another little fun fact I've got for you.
Okay, cool.
But the two English sisters, they were the only two performers to appear in the Broadway play, the 1968 film, and the TV series in the same roles.
They were also on the TV film.
Yeah.
Or on TV show.
TV show.
Yeah.
And then in 1970, Disney cast them both as a pair of English geese in the Aristocats. So which I've never seen that movie, but I'm like,
remember them.
That's
and
funny.
I can even hear their voices in that. Yeah.
But they're the Aristocats. So fun fact.
I am so old that I remember going to that movie as a kid with my parents, and that
Getting off your dinosaur.
getting off the dinosaur, turning in my slate, my Flintstones movie ticket.
Right.
And but that was back in the day when they were still showing little shorts like cartoons and things before movies. And then this is really cool. After we saw the Aristocats, my mom was in a record club, vinyl record club, and we would order records, and she would get a shipment of records. I don't know how often, every couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we got an Aristocats recording of the music from the movie.
Whoa.
But it was also a storybook. I still have it.
Wow.
I'll show it to you sometime.
You really still have that?
I still have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
cool.
we should go through next time you're at the house. We'll go through my albums.
Yeah, we'll have an episode called Dad's Crap, and we'll just go through
Dad's Crap. Yeah,
that's not.
And then
crap.
you guys can
That's
all.
really cool.
You
I
guys
didn't mean to
can-
downplay
You
it.
guys can all bid on it, and because I'm all about making money.
Yeah.
But anyway, Aristocats.
Subscribe to see Dad's Crap.
We got off on a Disney Aristocats thing,
Yeah.
but
that Monica Evans and Carol Shelley play the Aristocats.
but they were kind of
Yeah.
like that, just making the goose noises while they talked, and you can if you think of them in the movie, you could see how they would be picked to play geese.
I heard this and I went, oh, I didn't question it one bit. I was like, yeah, definitely. I haven't seen the Aristocats, unfortunately.
Yeah, and English
yeah.
people, like the English folks in movies like that, especially in the '60s, ladies like that, they really act a lot with the lower part of their face, like
with their mouths.
They protrude their teeth a little bit, even if they're not buck toothed.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
sure. I
like
get what you mean.
Like
Yeah.
that. You know, they have like a chin thing going on.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
No.
Okay.
Not really, but it was good.
Not really.
I just kind of let you do your thing, and then I go
on.
All
and
right,
just
Grandpa, come back with
nod.
me.
Yeah, exactly. Come back to the topic of conversation.
Yeah. Cool. Well, what surprised you the most about this movie? And how many times had you seen this before we watched it for this?
I thought you already asked me that.
I probably did, but I forgot. Tell me again, and then you could be all right, Grandpa.
I think you already said what surprised me.
I did not.
Okay. Well, anyway, I think I said something about like the emotional elements of it. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize there was so much emotional weight to it, but
yeah.
Anyway.
No, it's really what surprised me most about this is I didn't expect this to be this funny.
Really?
I kind of thought that. I kind of thought that like some of like the outdatedness would be like, oh, I can see how this is funny for like a 1960s crowd, but like I don't really find this that funny. I was watching this with Kylie and we were rolling the whole time.
Yeah, and I don't think
good.
I mean you can see, of course, the furniture styles, the hairstyles, the clothing and stuff, but the dialogue really is surprisingly modern. I mean, it holds up.
Yeah, the jokes and everything are very, very good. Yeah. Very quick. I love that quick humor. Quick. It's like a New York style of comedy.
Right.
Very good.
Definitely.
But
yeah.
Cool.
No, I think I already told you this too, but
say it again.
I'd seen it many years ago, and then I saw it again for this podcast. So
nice. All right. Well. Bye. No, I'm kidding. If you directed
We're just
this,
go in loops and ask the same questions.
Yeah.
over
Welcome
and
to
over.
Movie Nights with Dad. If you directed this,
Yes.
what's one thing you'd change about it?
I think that I had something written down. Let me find it.
This is a question that's been in our script for 39 episodes.
Yeah, I know, but
Dad
I got
still
to look
doesn't.
for it. What surprised you most? How would you recommend?
It's like when he was like, "You caught me off guard." I sent him the script a week ago.
Shut up. If you directed it, I wrote this down. Get ready for something brilliant.
Ooh.
I think that if you notice in the apartment, they have removed the fourth wall. Okay, so you're looking at the poker game going on.
Right, it's like a set, like a play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
think... they add it sometimes.
Well, yeah. I think that I would have done some more things with maybe opening things up more visually with the movie if I directed it.
Sure.
you know what a proscenium is on a stage? The
Nope.
proscenium arch, whatever.
Explain it to me.
Whatever. No, I'm not going to explain it to you. There was more of a stage element to the movie, and I think that they
Totally.
and I don't know a whole lot about cameras and that, but I think I would have done more with the cameras and the movie aspect and opened it up more. But
Yeah.
the
No, I see what you mean. It kind of explored as much as like Brighton Beach Memoirs did.
true.
It didn't really go out as much.
The stagey feel of it probably was on purpose, and the
Mhm.
stagey feel still worked.
Yeah.
I just think, I liked it. I was surprised earlier, which I said this earlier. I was surprised earlier. I said I was surprised about how they showed so much of Felix walking through the streets of New York contemplating suicide.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if opening up a little bit more of that visually might have worked. Maybe if there had been some hallway scenes with the neighbor ladies running into them. Hey,
Yeah,
wanna
sure.
have a drink or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's about the only thing I can think of that
Yeah.
I would do.
It's so interesting because it's Gene Saks again. We just watched Brighton Beach Memoirs.
Yeah.
But that was the 80s, and this is the late 60s, 1968.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is you can see the formula. It's kind of the same formula when translating the play, like a Neil Simon play,
Right.
to a movie.
Right.
And for some reason, it works really well this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think that works better this time? Like, why didn't that quite fit with Brighton Beach Memoirs? And then, like, I guess don't talk about that. Talk about like why it works so well with The Odd Couple specifically.
I think that everybody knows this relationship.
Oh, okay.
I think if you got a relationship with two people, and I don't care if you're talking about close friends, two brothers, married couple, whatever it is, someone's Oscar, someone's Felix.
Yeah.
To whatever degree you have. I'm not saying you have to have a total slob and another person, but there's always an Oscar and a Felix.
Yeah.
And I think everyone relates to the relationship between them. And I think that is at the core of why audiences get this a lot more.
Yeah.
I also think the story itself, what do we deal with all the time? We deal with incompatibility.
Mm-hmm.
We deal with loneliness. We deal with issues with friendship and depending on a good friendship. And it could be our spouse that, we relate to the marriage issues, and we, I don't know how important routine can be, like in the household, and really, and we really know this these days, especially in the political arena, how important it is to compromise. Because look, would Felix and Oscar have gotten along better if they'd compromised? Yep, and really, Oscar tried. Would Felix and Francis, Oscar and Blanche,
Oh, sure.
all the poker guys,
Yeah.
compromise would have helped them. Now, we wouldn't have had a very funny movie if they compromised. But,
Well, what's interesting is I just noticed this is the poker guys, Murray and the shorter guy with the glasses, I forget their names. They do kind of compromise because they kind of go like, "Oh, Felix, you're doing great. Like, I love your sandwiches. I love you." And they're trying to kind of integrate.
I don't think they're
change.
compromising. I think they really.
They're trying to save him.
I think I think they really like the sandwiches. They like that he's going in there and making exactly the drink that they want.
And I think, do you think there's a point that those guys are still married?
I think
that they actually like the change that Felix is bringing, and those two are the ones that are actually still married and not divorced.
Yeah,
like I don't know,
yeah,
like
probably.
maybe there's a point there.
Yeah, that is a good point.
But they like the change, and they accept it, and they welcome it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
But
Well,
that's a good point. I like what you had to say.
I mean, I just think that this Neil Simon play made a better transition to film because the overall themes in the whole movie resonates with audiences. And I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it was already a Broadway hit.
Mm-hmm.
Came out in 1968. Immediately a hit there. Then it became a TV show quickly.
Right.
It was also a hit as a TV show. There was a sequel.
Yeah.
There was a remake. Matthau and Lemmon became like one of the great screen duos of all time.
Yeah.
It's really a cultural institution.
It kind of
you
is.
Think about
Yeah.
it. And then there is also a female version of The Odd Couple.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I forget what their names are, and it's not Oscar and Felix, of course, but it's I don't know.
Something.
I can't even.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you. But people across generations. Again, this movie, this play resonates with people just because there are so many themes that people relate to.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into some of the acting?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Who did what?
I've talked too much, but
No, you're good. Well, here.
you want to talk about
I forgot to give if I directed it. I forgot to do my.
Oh yeah, you
if I
better.
directed
'Cause,
it.
yeah.
People care about my opinion too,
Yes, they do.
No, I'm kidding.
You put me on the spot too much.
I do. But I said that I would explore their history as friends a little more, only because just to make their cohabitation feel deeper, make all the moments feel like they had more weight, like all the emotional stuff.
Yeah.
Because they kind of just walk around and go, my dearest friend, like, my closest and dearest friend, and I'm having troubles with it, and it's like they keep saying that. But if you had explored, okay, why are these guys so close? How long have they known each? You kind of just are just told they have been friends forever, and that's it. You're supposed to accept it.
Yeah.
I think if we had maybe shown that, kind of understood how that happened and like why they're friends, maybe that would have like maybe made some of the emotional moments hit more. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I really loved this movie, and I wouldn't change really anything.
I'm like you guys. I was laughing through the whole thing. I was entertained. Mom watched it with me.
Yeah.
And as I said before, it takes a really great actor like Jack Lemmon who really has that everyman face.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes from panic to sadness to comedy, boom, 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 like that,
Yeah.
And again, it takes a really good actor to be irritating and lovable at the same time. He just pulled it off.
Yep.
It also amazes me with Jack Lemmon that a lot of the physical stuff that he does is not cartoonish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, unpack it.
And it's just the whole idea that a comedy is played seriously.
Yeah.
I keep saying things that I need to,
and you're not
explain.
unpacking,
and I'm not unpacking, but
okay.
yeah. They don't play it as a comedy. They play it as these are interesting characters playing it straight, but it's funny.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So I don't know, but
yeah, no, that's good.
Anyway,
get into some of
Jack Lemmon.
The actors.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. If you've got anything else to say on them, cool. But also, if you want to get into the other guys too,
I do want to say about Walter Matthau because I don't think we said enough about him. But you notice that he underplays so much, and you were just imitating him a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
I love when he goes. Like he almost gets into my
closest and dearest friend, and he like barely moves his face.
Right. He underplays so much stuff. It's even funnier.
Mm-hmm.
I did read some talking about him in the stage version, and a lot of people thought he was rougher and funnier on stage than he was in the movie, which I could see that happening because things are broader on stage and all of that. Herb Edelman played Murray the Cop, and he's played tons of supporting roles. Most recently, and this is not very recent, but he played Dorothy's ex-husband Stan in The Golden Girls. So that's where a lot of people probably are seeing him these days in reruns, which Grandma watches every night. But anyway, shout out to Grandma. Herb Edelman, Murray the Cop. He for me, I'm gonna go ahead and skip a little bit, but he's a scene stealer for me.
Yeah, okay.
Because he every little reaction that he gives, he plays the audience for us. He's so even keel.
Yeah.
That he is the audience trapped in this room full of lunatics, basically. He's just a really good example of how a supporting player really helps to shape I don't know, the comedic rhythm of the scene. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
to you?
no,
Like
I see what
that?
you mean.
Yeah.
I don't, but unpack it.
Unpack it. You're always asking me.
Explain.
When you have a comedy going on, it's like a dance, and you have to have supporting players there to be sort of the eyes, ears, voice of the audience watching, and to balance it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Boyd got that yard mowed just in time,
I know.
didn't they?
It started raining.
Yeah.
And we just
It's
heard
raining outside.
our neighbor's
Someone was
lawnmower
mowing, and
stop.
then it rained, and we're living in real life here.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
So
We're
Herb
not
Edelman.
AI. Sorry.
Yeah. Herb Edelman, Murray the Cop.
Yeah.
We talked about the Pigeon Sisters, Monica Evans and Carol Shelley.
Yeah.
Their energy.
Fantastic.
Coming into that scene changes the scene completely.
Yeah.
They really do a good job of leaning into. They're a little awkward.
Yes.
They lean into that awkwardness when they're sitting there trying to converse with Felix. That's magical.
Yes.
That's one that's really fantastic.
Yeah.
They don't be, and it's really good, and it really works, and it's funny because they don't overplay it.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
They laugh a little too long.
right?
They
But it is real. It's not purposely playing to the comedy. It is playing it like playing it straight, but being funny.
Yep.
Cool. If you notice, also one part of their appeal is working together with their chemistry as two sisters. They are this really fascinating contrast to Oscar and Felix, and the way they bicker.
Oh, explain that.
So Oscar and Felix bicker constantly. Blah 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 blah. That meatloaf's gonna burn.
Right.
And then in come the Pigeon Sisters, who get along so well.
Yes.
And so they're female. Oh, you're so lovely, and my sister's so wonderful, and you know that it just has this really nice contrast to this masculine war going on between the two guys.
I never noticed
like that. Yeah,
that's cool.
So
I
just usually when you got a scene like that where you got four players, and if you look for the contrast with that kind of stuff, especially if you've got two that are against each other, there's usually going to be a time when you've got characters who play off of that in a contrast.
Oh, okay.
I'm so smart, but
should write a play.
Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. John Fiedler was Vinny, and he is so recognizable. Kind of baldy little guy,
Yeah, right. I was like, I've seen him in so much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has done. He has been in lots of things, but he also has most likely made a fortune being a voice actor.
Oh,
He's been in tons of cartoons.
Great.
His voice is great.
Yeah.
He is the quintessential, is that the word? Nervous energy actor. You never notice that most of the things that he's done. I mean, he's played like the driving instructors.
Yeah.
Like messing with their glasses.
Yeah.
And always the poor downtrodden.
He can just nail that part.
He was in 12 Angry Men.
Oh my gosh, he was.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Episode 19?
We did it.
20? Something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't worry. All these loyal viewers out here will remember.
I want to say 18, but I'm not sure. Anyway, go ahead.
He was in that. He's just been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. That's what I say. I was like, I've seen him everywhere. I've seen him in everything.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, anyway.
That's all the actors. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, what was your scene stealer from this movie?
Well, I said Herb Edelman. I would say Herb Edelman was my ensemble supporting actor.
Yeah.
Scene stealer, but Jack Lemmon is my big one. Just his watching him and all those tiny little physical movements, choices he makes throughout the movie.
Very good.
Just the way, you said Kylie get cracked up about his little
yeah. Oh, my back.
He coughs. He coughs, and the way his posture is.
Yeah.
The way he hovers. He's just hovering like you want to slap him when he's hovering around the table.
Yeah.
at the same time, you're like, oh, cool, look at that. He's making everybody their just own special drink, but his hovering drives you
Just
crazy.
And you're like,
see, that's the mark of a really good actor. But he really like he's one of those actors I feel like that can I don't know if this makes sense. Not speak, but create a character.
oh, sure. Yeah,
Does that make sense?
No, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just that
He'd be a great silent film actor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he
Yeah,
would.
he generally would.
Yeah.
That's good.
He facial expressions and how he, like I said, he goes from panic to comedy to boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, like that.
Yeah.
So he for me is a scene stealer. However, Walter Matthau can just walk in the room and look around, and I'll
it's
fall
hilarious.
on the floor.
Yeah. Man,
So,
he's so good.
Walter Matthau, to me, I just look at him and laugh.
Yeah.
And I love people like that.
I know.
That just
It's like instant.
yeah.
Yeah. I wanted, for the scene stealer section, I wanted to just point out not a person or a performance, but a feature of the whole cast.
Oh, good idea.
Which was the comedic timing of the entire cast was, and it's like, if you've never seen this movie before, that's what I would tell you is like, if you want a master class in comedic timing, the whole cast, all movie, hilarious.
Yeah.
Like just immediate, and not even just with the quickness, but the time they take whenever that's needed with certain jokes is they just kind of like lull them in, and it's really good. So that's really what got me is how stinking funny this whole movie was.
And all of them were seasoned actors.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so they are no strangers to timing.
Yeah.
And we saw a play like that last night where
right.
the timing was good, so everything is crisp and snappy and just all of it.
Very good.
Yep.
Casting swap. Have any ideas for this amazing cast that we keep praising?
Yes, and I think I have something brilliant, and I'm actually prepared.
Uh-oh.
What about Gene Hackman?
Okay.
As Oscar,
I
and
don't think
Dustin Hoffman as Felix.
Whoa. Wait. Okay. Who's Gene Hackman again? Was
Gene
he in
Hackman,
anything that we've done?
No. Gene Hackman, no.
I don't think I've seen Gene Hackman in anything.
Well, you need to go see Gene.
I do,
Hackman
but I know
something.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
So
but some people out there are gonna go, yeah.
It's okay,
and they will think we are gonna now tune in for every episode because the dad in this podcast is so brilliant.
Yep.
Because I said Gene
right.
Hoffman,
Gene-
Gene Hackman, and Dustin
Gene Hackman.
Hoffman. But a more modern version for you.
Okay.
Ta-da! Get
Ooh.
ready.
All right.
This is gonna blow your mind and your brothers. Ready?
Okay.
Bryan Cranston,
Okay.
Steve Carell.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now who would play who?
Oh whoa. You're right. I think I
just want to know what your gut's gonna tell
my
you.
gut reaction: Steve Carell, Felix, and then Bryan Cranston as Oscar.
Yeah, I would see that too.
But then I could see it the other way around.
So could I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would be the best? I can see both of them interchanging. It would be even fun to see them like if you went and saw them in a theatrical production, flip flopping all the time.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
If you had to say, I think I probably would say if I had to land on one, it would need to be Bryan Cranston as Oscar.
But and that's the thing, because Bryan Cranston can just mean mug so well.
Yeah.
But then Steve Carell has the perfect what's happening right now face. And it's like, I guess Felix needs that sometimes too. So it's I think that works.
But it would be interesting to see both of them play it. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, speaking of flipping,
Are you going to do casting swap?
casting swap,
Okay.
yes. Walter Matthau said he always should have played Felix. I would love to see these guys flip it and see what's happening there, and see if that
I just couldn't see it.
You
now,
couldn't.
He said that because he in real life
was a neat freak.
thought he was the Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people we've mentioned already on this podcast, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Who do you think would play who in that scenario?
I think Tina Fey would play Felix.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works because that's usually how their comedy duo is anyway. That she's kind of but what's great about Tina Fey, Amy Poehler is they don't really do their duo is so unique because they don't really do a straight man jokester thing. They kind of have this thing where they're both like very strange and weird sometimes, and they just both go out there and do that, and it works. And so I'm like, I wonder how they would play these roles and kind of like shift it around a little bit.
Right.
But yeah.
But well, I want to point out that, like, again, this movie resonates because we really are all either Oscars or Felixes.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it's like we all got a little bit of both in us.
Yeah.
And it's like we all fall somewhere on the spectrum because these guys are the extremes, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, great. Anything else in the acting and stuff that I haven't pointed out, or the theater stuff that I haven't pointed out before we move on? All right. Cool. What's your hot take? Make me mad.
I want to defend. I don't think that Felix is hated, but he is blamed for a lot of things. And so, if you had to pick a hated character, it would be him. So I'm defending the hated character.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like I'm gonna be on Felix's side. I feel like that Oscar has created the environment that keeps Felix unstable. Does that make sense?
Explain. Unpack.
Oscar invites him in to live there, right?
Uh-huh.
But then Oscar refuses to emotionally deal with the needs of his friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I unpack that enough for you?
You kind of you unpack it by saying
something else,
another statement that is similar to it.
And then you're going to say, "Oh, Dad, you're using Chat GPT," which is not true.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I understand what you mean because
I'm saying that it's not all Felix's fault.
Yeah, every time Felix kind of wants to engage with Oscar doesn't really have it.
Right.
And you kind of go...
Oscar refuses. He's just like, just move in. Just in. I don't want any and I don't want any problems.
Like you do your thing.
And Felix just needs more, and he needs Oscar to,
like, he's obviously a good friend for giving him a place to stay. But then, like, a good friend would sit down and help you deal with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so I think would love you enough to help you through something.
Right.
And so I think that, but then in the same way, you could argue that Felix almost does the same thing with Oscar. Is they're both kind of avoiding what's going on. They're kind of, it's like they're both fighting about the cleaning and the cohabitation when they're both really upset about the state of their families and marriages. Like, they kind of use the cleaning as a scapegoat to, like, deal with that emotionally because they can't sit down and be angry or sad about the thing because they don't know themselves well enough. So they have to use something else to feel it,
Anyway, I just chose to defend Felix because I looked at it and I'm thinking, everybody's really blaming Felix for most of the junk.
Yeah.
So
true.
Yeah.
So. No, that's good. Man, it's like actually raining. That's so funny.
Thunder.
It was so sunny.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, my hot take, I chose unpopular opinion of the hot takes that we have here.
Okay.
And what is my hot take? I wrote this a while ago. I may not agree with it. All right. You ready for this?
Yep.
The ensemble of the poker guys all together is funnier than the duo.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yep.
Because and honestly, I would say that the film kind of does a disservice by only having them on for a little bit. I think you should have more of them. I know we had a lot of them in the second act and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it is just so stinking funny when they're all sitting around that poker table and all doing their stuff. And maybe it works because we only get a little bit of it. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But that was some of the funniest sections of the entire film that you're almost, some of the duo stuff, you're almost sitting there going like, I'm kind of waiting for them to come back and then like just debrief it with them and everything.
Right.
Because I kind of get it. He's a neat freak and he's not, and they fight about it. And you kind of go like, I understand. Right. Just at some parts.
Well, you kind of almost feel like that poker bunch is going to help figure out all the conflict.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
They're putting their heads together to help.
Well,
And I don't know.
It's like you said, they're the audience, and
Yeah.
and the whole time you're watching it, you just want to give them the answer.
Yeah.
And the poker guys are there for that, the ensemble.
Yep.
But I thought all of them together, it was the funniest parts of the entire film, genuinely.
I would agree.
So,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
would agree. Yeah.
not that these guys weren't. I thought they were hilarious, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Well, we made everybody mad. Go ahead and comment and yell at us. What's your double feature pick? What would you pair with this to make a
probably a movie that we already did, The Apartment.
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
Lemmon.
Yep.
But I thought something else, and this is one of your mom. And Mom says this is no longer her favorite, but one of Mom's favorite movies is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin. What are you doing?
Did you look at my script?
No.
That's what I picked for my double feature.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
Well, I just thought those guys are such opposites.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy. Okay,
wow,
cool.
We are so smart.
I love Steve Martin, and I think I love John Candy too. I think they're hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got the thing where it's like, I didn't want something like too similar, because that film is different enough.
Right.
Because but man, that film is so funny, and it comes from the same energy as this. So I was like, if you love that duo comedy, watch that.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Sorry, I stole your thunder.
No, did I step on your explanation at all?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
What was your rating? What would you rate this out of 10?
I rated this one a 9 out of 10.
Me too.
Yep.
Why'd you give it a 9?
I gave it a 9 because I feel like I was extremely impressed by how well it made the transition from stage to film.
That's great. That's really good.
That's really my only.
Yeah. I just and I think where I was impressed was how timeless the humor is.
Right.
I think you could put this play on now, and it's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to change stuff about it. So.
And I also gave it a 9 because I feel like there's so much effortless performing in this movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's true.
And we've mentioned this before. The timing is insanely precise.
Yeah.
All of it.
Right. So good.
Yeah.
No, I how would I recommend this? We always have that in our script. I put a fun classic comedy that will still have you laughing after all these years. So
I said it's perfect for anybody who loves character-driven comedy instead of something that's plot-heavy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Very cool.
It's also great if you've ever had a roommate, a spouse, a friend who drove you absolutely insane.
Yeah, which is like
while still
everyone
being
in the world.
someone you loved.
It's just like, how do you have relationships with people without being annoyed? You know what I mean? Like that's just part of being human.
I mean, even when
Everybody
you go
gets
and
that.
visit people that you long to visit once a year, you still, one of your grandmothers used to say, "Fish and visitors stink after 3 days."
That's really good,
and it's true.
I like that.
It's very true.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't think she coined the phrase, but I think
I think I've heard that before, but it was really good. I was pretending I heard it for the first time for the camera.
There you go.
Guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We are.
What was that? Episode 39. Is that right? I think that's right.
I think so.
Yep.
39.
Wow.
Yeah. We're next week is episode 40, which is nuts that we've done 40 of these. We're gonna get to way up there, and we'll just be like, how have we done this?
Remember when we did episode 40?
We're gonna run out of movies. But guys, thank you for watching. It means a lot that you follow along with this. If you like it, like and comment whatever platform you're on, whether it's on YouTube or listening on audio platforms. Share it around with your friends, and thank you so much for watching. Next week we're doing On Golden Pond, which is the only outlier in this entire summer from the stage because
I did not act in it. And people are like, "No way, you're as old as Henry Fonda." No, I directed it.
Not the movie, but a theatrical production of it.
No, I directed the movie.
He directed Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda.
No, I directed it way back in 2002, long ago.
Yeah.
And it holds a special place in my heart, not because of the stage production,
Uh-oh.
but because of the movie. I love the movie.
Yeah. Well, tune in next week for that. Watch On Golden Pond. What year did that come out?
1981.
1981.
Yeah.
Watch On Golden Pond for next week.
Yep.
We will see you then. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And thank you, Dad, for being here.
Thank you very much.
I love you.
I love you, too. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.